other thoughts about other things that?
Actually, I'm almost done with my website.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I've been reluctant to do it because I have hiccups with it. I went to like school for like computer programming and like this technology and like I didn't like where it was sending me and like having to do it kind of just like triggers me a little bit. I don't want to think about that. It's like let that go. But I'm a big boy. I can put some big pants on and get over it. You know, make a website with the various platforms available, and I'm almost done with mine.
How did you end up doing it? What platform did you use?
I used I used Wix.
Okay.
Wix. Yeah, I was using Squarespace. Mm-hmm. Is how was my first attempt. Well, my first attempt was actually to hire someone to like make it from the ground up.
Right.
And then they were like, no, that's not the kind of you don't need that kind of website. It's like this.
Right.
It doesn't need to be super speed. Just make it simple.
Right.
Squarespace, like I couldn't figure out how to the color. I wanted some color on my page.
Yeah.
And like I could get cool fonts and stuff like that, but it was like I couldn't figure out how to get it out of black and white. It was very like it just had like more of a business professional thing. Then I wanted it to be more user friendly. Like I'm a big like comic nerd, so I want to like have like comic color scheme to it, and like my like part of my logo has like a dog that's like has a cape and he's like flying through the city.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm finally like getting the website made, and I can get some of my photos on there, and it has more color, and it's really hard like that. Like, like when you think about it, it's like, oh, I want a website for my company, right? Like yeah, let's do it. And then you're like, okay, what do you want it to look like? I don't know. I want it to look like a website, like every other website. So when you go to it, you're not intimidated by it being, like HTML or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm almost done with it, and it's gonna be fine.
Nice.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a weirdly intimidating thing to do.
Yeah.
I feel like I've redone my website I probably made it in like 2008 or 9.
Yeah.
And I redo it like every year, and it's never good enough. And I always have these, I don't know like who I think is coming to my website and is gonna sit there and judge it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really just needs to be a thing that people
it's in the
ether.
It's
they
there.
know that you're a real person because you have a real internet presence, and that's it. It doesn't have to be a lot of pressure, but for some reason, I've talked to other people about this too, it becomes this whole thing.
This obsession.
Yeah, but I'm glad that you're almost through it.
For our website, Jesse took care of everything.
Yeah.
So I empathize with your situation. Maybe empathy for website development isn't quite the right word, but I understand where you're coming from. It's definitely a thing that I have a block on. Where there are some things that probably require a similar level of attention and competency that I do normally.
Yeah.
And that's just one of those things that it's just like, especially since Jessie does her updates regularly to her website, it's like, oh, you can take this on?
Yeah.
Great.
Excellent.
Go.
Please.
Yeah.
But you did the design of it.
That's true.
That was so good, because I get tripped up when there's too much option for visuals, and I work with my hands, so I'm fine with designing something with my hands, but then when I have to design something on the computer, I don't know which direction to go, and when there's just no starting point. And at that point, I think all we had was a logo.
Yeah.
So the
logo is
no
awesome,
idea.
by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, thank
yeah,
you.
it's cool.
Thanks.
I love the logo and the music.
We've had that for 5 years or 6 years, that logo.
Yeah.
We came up with it. I don't even really know what the reason that we did it was, but
for a good clean F.
Was it for good?
Yeah, we were making the shirts.
Oh,
and we wanted to stamp our
It has a
it.
sheen and like a semblance of like going to like a 50s, 60s like malt shop diner or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
That.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you. That's a really nice compliment.
Yeah, it's cool.
It reminds me of like a skateboard company or something.
Okay.
Like a Santa Monica, sunset vibe.
A little like Miami too.
Yeah.
It's not quite Miami, but a little bit.
My logo.
And you mentioned the logo and the music at the beginning of our, and I feel like since you brought it up, we should give a shout out to the people that made that for us.
Yes.
Because we made the logo itself, but then.
Yeah. So the logo, I just did a bunch of hand drawings until I saw an H&V, or we saw an H&V that we liked. Fast forward 4 or 5 years, our friend Justin James, who I don't know if you've ever met or not. He started
I don't know,
coming.
but I like his name, Justin James.
JJ. He was in Brunch the movie we made a long time ago.
Yeah.
And have you seen that or no? Has that not?
I don't think I've seen it.
Oh, wow.
I haven't seen it in its entirety.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll need a screening at some
Yeah.
point.
Anyway,
But-
so he
he's
was in that, and he would come around a lot for parties at my old apartment, but that was 4 years ago now. So I don't even remember if you've been to my old apartment.
The one
The
that
ranch.
was.
Yeah.
I'm aware of the name ranch. When I think of ranch, I think of food. But was it the McKibben?
No, that was Jess and Mark. The
It was
ranch
on
was.
Bushwick and Metropolitan.
It's entirely possible you were.
I don't think
not
I ever.
there
Yeah,
at
so I don't
any
think I got it.
Maybe not.
Man, there might be. So I basically have been, like shotgun injected into this group like 4 years ago.
point. Yeah.
A little more over 4 years ago. But so I don't. Were you living there 4 years ago?
We moved
It was,
in
like, right at the-
2016.
So yeah. So there's a
No,
there's
we
like a.
moved in April of 2016, so it would have been right around the time that you kind of
I want to say really
came
real
on the
close
scene.
to that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So that's a
Ooh.
fruitful topic,
Ooh.
but I'll finish. Justin James used to come to these parties all the time. Everybody in this group of friends is familiar with him,
Ah.
except for you, because you
I
ships in the
didn't
night.
I've actually never really known him. I've met him like 3 times.
You've met him
and he
enough
made our
times.
logo, so I'm very grateful.
I
Justin.
know that he's not an anthropologist
Yeah.
professionally. That's about it.
Anyway, Justin was very generous in helping make the logo.
Yeah.
And so we were going back and forth on it like casually for a couple months during the start of the pandemic. And then our friend Lauren Barrie, who you probably have met, he did the music. That he has a song called Chess Street, and he gave us just the no vocal version of it.
Oh, sweet.
And
Yeah.
I think the song's a fantastic song, the whole version of it. There's a music video that goes along with it that's also excellent. And so it was something that we asked him if we could look through his catalog of songs, and
Sweet.
this was one that really resonated with both of us. So
Yeah.
he was happy to oblige us. So
Yeah, so 2 friends made our intro. Justin did the animation and Lauren made the music.
yeah.
Nice.
Man.
So yeah.
Love it.
I don't think
Yeah.
Justin has anything that I could directly send to anyone who's listening to this to, but the name of the album for Lauren's song, I think, is Met City. And if you type in Lauren Barrie, LORENBERI, and Chess Street, you can hear the whole song. But yeah,
Love it.
as far as the website design,
Ah.
we're gonna get through this whole topic. It's interesting that you brought that up because I did that entirely on paper. Like I didn't want to do it on the computer. I just like drew out everything and kind of had like a blog style in mind, or like, basically something from the early 2000s where it's like, headers with like different categories at top, and then I just like put a box around what each, like, this is the news section, and then this is what it should look like below.
This will drop down.
And
then
yeah.
this-
And
Yeah.
so I wanted it to be something that was purely functional, but also something that was, easy to navigate, and something that hopefully would not seem dated after a long period of time.
Yeah.
And then we brought it to, we're just doing all the shout
I know we
outs
have
now.
another shout out because you also, it was incorrect that you said I did the whole website. I did not build the website. I did all the like updates and negotiation and that whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Todd is his name. He's a friend of LP, Laura Peterson's.
Uh-huh.
Or actually, he dates a friend of Laura Peterson's, if we want to get real specific, but I believe
yeah.
they're also friendly. And yeah, he was very accommodating.
Oh, Todd.
Did you meet Todd?
Todd. No, he has a cousin who's a professional backgammon player who got 3rd in state in 2000, I believe, 17.
Oh,
But I dropped out of the circuit a while ago.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
As a non-professional, never played backgammon player,
Yeah.
I haven't paid much attention to the rigorous sport of backgammon.
The gammon,
The gammon.
as it's called.
Welcome to the gammon.
So anyway, he did a great job for us. Thank you as well, Todd. And yeah, now we have a website, which
It's great.
is
Portal to the outside world.
we got it all ready for nothing.
That's
like
great.
we got it ready just in time to be not useful.
Yep.
oh.
But
Yeah, well, I'm deciding to make mine when it's useless, so it's,
yeah. But it'll be good when you have it, because it's
Yeah.
just one of those things where it's like, I know in my mind when I am aware of a company and they don't have a website, it's not going to necessarily prevent me from using them, but just like it's just one of those like mental check
It
marks.
is.
Like, you know,
It
like
is.
okay,
It's
they
true.
have this, they're buttoned up in that respect, you know.
That was a big part of my push. Is like I was saying, is like a lot of my interactions is in person.
Yeah.
Handing out business cards.
Yeah.
I want to have my website on my business card so that when they type that in, it actually goes somewhere.
Right.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're not
So-
just like, oh yeah, this random guy
Yeah.
that I met at a bar.
You
I
know,
guess I'll call him.
Here's a number and an email, and then like I'm not gonna call or email him obviously, but I went to the website and it was just a 404, so like,
Right.
like,
Yeah, that
So-
doesn't look great.
like I don't know about this guy. Yeah.
Yeah.